Welcome back. I'm Maddie Hayes.
And I'm Aaron Wilkins, and this is the new and improved SCTV. We hope so. As you can see, it's kind of a new vibe in here. We don't have a green screen with cool backdrops. Sam's not here anymore. We have a new anchor at Maddie.
Again, take me back to the night we met.
Which will be much better than Sam. But we're going to kind of explain like a new stylus here, if you want to explain a little bit more about how it's kind of a podcast vibe and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we're going to basically be having conversations with each other. We're going to have this camera here.
And we'll have this camera here. And we also have this main camera. But when we're talking, we're going to be facing each other like this. So it's kind of a less formal news type vibe, you know?
So we want student feedback. We want to hear from you, and we want your opinion on what you want to see, or would you rather questions, but we'll get to that later.
Our focus is going to be less like a news anchor type of thing, and it's going to be more on like kind of like a laid back, relaxed kind of vibe where people can just hang out with their friends and watch this. So like we're still going to have professional news packages, but our broadcast is going to be less formal.
We also have a lot of new videographers. They are still learning as we are. Again, I don't know if I can live up to Ethan Humble's and Sam Hying's expectations here, but I'll do our best here.
All right, well, let's hop right into it. One of our new members in practicum this year is Claire Hughes, and she did a video on the new freshman housing situation.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah, so I think in early May, we got a call from Dawn of like, here's what we're looking at with numbers. Do we have space for that? And so that was when we immediately started working with Luke and with Dawn to be like, all right, how can we make this work? And found the spaces that we knew that we could convert up or reopen or convert into spaces for students to live in. As far as how many are impacted by the overflow, offhand, I know in Barker Hall specifically, that classroom that's been there forever, that isn't used for classes any longer, we converted into a space that can hold 6 students. We currently have 5 that are in there. We told them going into it as well that the goal is for this not to be their permanent location for them. Some of them are really liking it, at least of what I've been told from them of like, nah, it's huge, it's great, it's awesome. But then others are kind of like, no, I'd like to be in a traditional room. I get it. That can be overwhelming living with 4 or 5 other people.
I feel like we've definitely voiced our opinions on this, and I get they're doing the best they can is what they're saying, but I feel like there's more they can do, because I've heard like if they moved like 3 people over into like the apartments and stuff, like there's a girl living in a 4-person room on her own completely. Like I don't know what the reason is, but like that would be perfect for like 3 or 4 people that need housing, but it's juniors only, so they won't move anyone. It's supposed to be a 6-person room, but it can't fit 6 people. It's really should be a triple, not a 6-person room. There's 5 of us in there, and it's already too cramped. It was almost too cramped with the 3 of us in there. I kind of want to get out, but at the same time, I'll feel bad if I leave them just stranded there, basically.
I had a meeting with all of the fraternity presidents at the start of the school year, I think during their work week, of, hey, I need y'all to recruit the hell out of this class and even last year's class, because our fraternity buildings, they've got some open bed spaces. And while we can fill those as we need to, because we do own and manage the buildings, that can be something that's really challenging for fraternity and sorority organizations.
I mean, there isn't much we can do about it because it's in our contract. I don't think it's a good idea because the problem is that the school over-enrolled. So if we can't find rooms for these people, I don't see why it should be put on us to fill those rooms.
It would create tension throughout the house. Like it'd just be awkward seeing the people that we don't know in our house. Like they're not going to try to communicate with us. They don't want to be a part of the house. They just have to live here. So I think that's a problem.
Wow, that sounds like a big problem.
Sounds really tough, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they figured it out. But shout out to my roommates for putting up with me.
We really want to say thank you to Claire for this video. First video of the year. Very nice job, and we're looking forward to a lot more from her. because I think she can do great things.
Our next story is about the new men's basketball coach done by Sam Campin.
Yeah, so last year, Brad Bjerken was our old head coach, and he had a couple medical issues, which was very unfortunate. But this year, we got a new head coach, so Sam went and cut a story about what he's all about. Let's check it out.
The Simpson men's basketball team will look a little different this year. Kyle Jones was named the new head coach this April. Coach Jones looks to instill a positive and winning culture at Simpson.
Yeah, short term, obviously we're first year here. We got guys on campus and they're doing the lifting with our strength and conditioning coaches, and we have some contact days coming up that we haven't gotten with the team yet on the floor, but we're just really looking forward to connecting and really having a team that's very together. We're really big on great teammates and having guys that are high character and fun to be around. So that's kind of the first thing right now. We're reading a book as a team and kind of a book club going. Our first meeting is tomorrow, and just really diving into the culture piece and our standards and trying to be as connected as physically possible as we can, which I know will help on the floor. We're very process driven, day by day, trying to maximize each day in the short term. And then the long term, just compete, in our conference and nationally, right? We're not trying to shy away from that. We're trying to compete at our level. You can definitely do that here at Simpson. So whatever that looks like, we're trying to compete to the highest of our ability with a lot of good dudes.
Coach Jones has a vision for what his team will be known for.
Yeah, I think a very together team, a tough team, a team that cares about each other a ton. I want people that even don't know anything about basketball to watch us and say, wow, those guys are really connected. They must care a lot about each other just by the way we play. Play super hard, compete, and then bring a ton of energy for each other.
Senior Caden Remeyer talked about challenges of having a completely new staff.
Honestly, I just think everything's brand new. It feels like I've been here 4 years now, but everything's brand new. I feel like a freshman again. All the other older guys feel that way as well, and just having to adapt with that and learn from that, and I'm really excited.
The Storm come off a 9-16 record, but look ahead to new beginnings. Be on the lookout for Simpson's men's basketball team this winter. Reporting for SCTV, I'm Sam Campin.
Well, Coach Jones just seems like a really great guy from that video. It seems like he's going to put a good culture together for this new basketball team. And I'm just really excited to see what he does with the team this season.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch them this season. It'll be exciting.
Another great video by one of our new staff members, Sam Campin. I mean, he's going to do a lot of great work for us this year, so I'm super excited.
We're going to start a new fun segment this year of Would You Rather questions.
So we're going to ask each other Would You Rather questions, and hopefully we can get more different ideas or even different fun things to do throughout this year just to kind of break up the news stories throughout. So this first question is what Maddie thought of actually today.
Well, we're sitting and thinking about FCA snacks, and it starts tonight, that's why. There's cosmic brownies and zebra cakes, and which one do you buy more of? Like, which one do people like more?
100% cosmic brownies.
Yeah, okay, good. But now what's on top of them?
Cosmic brownies, the little colorful things.
Yep.
Those are M&Ms.
Yep. I've
heard people say they're chocolate chips, and
no,
it's just not right.
it's really not. Cosmic brownies all the way.
I'm
I'll
with you
let
on
you
that
know.
one.
Yeah.
We'll get more creative. That was a start, but we're gonna get more creative and do a lot more interesting questions.
Yeah, and this is also fully just our own opinion and commentary in this segment.
So, as you can see, we have changed into our sports section. I'm wearing the awesome Packers jersey.
No,
And-
take the L.
okay.
Is that
Packers did
right
lose
way?
this week, but
And so did the Hawkeyes.
we're not going to mention that because we're all winners here at SCTV.
Roll clones. Roll storm.
Roll Storm too.
Roll storm.
So our first story this week is by another new member, but he's kind of done videos in the past. Everybody probably knows him. One of the greatest photographers
Good old Frank Novak.
at the center of this generation, actually. Frank Novak. He did cross-country highlights this week, so let's check that out.
On the women's side, it was senior Tegan Booth who led it from start to finish. She took first in a time of 16 minutes 17 seconds, beating the second-place finisher by 37 seconds in the 4-kilometer race. Maya Whitaker, Emily Escato, and Tate Cook all finished in the top 10, leading the Storm to a second-place finish with 36 points. On the men's side, it was a tight race through 2 miles until Simpson alum Spencer Moon pulled away from the pack to take the win in a time of 19 minutes, 12 seconds. Junior Cole Leggett was the Storm's top runner, finishing second overall. The Storm men took first as a team with 33 points as 5 runners finished in the top 10.
Looks like a great first meet and the only home meet for the cross-country team.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate, but it's always great to have Spencer Moon back and running for the Storm.
Our next story is from Morgan Rosenbeck, and it's women's soccer highlights.
Let's check it out.
Simpson's women's soccer team took on Carroll at home on Tuesday to finish their home opening weekend. It was the third game of the season after dominating both Illinois Wesleyan and Concordia the week before, winning both games 2-0. It was a tough competition throughout the game. The Storm only allowed 1 shot from Carroll throughout the entirety of the first half. The Simpson women came close several times, tallying 9 total shots, but unfortunately were never able to find the back of the net. Freshman Georgia Paulson led the team with 3 shots, while freshman Savannah Schneider was close behind with her 2 shots. Seniors Maddie Hayes, Julia Wagner, Lena Depping, and graduate student Cassie Nash each had 1 shot throughout the game as well. Sophomore goalkeeper Meredith Downs had a great game, saving all 4 shots from Carroll and earning her 6th career shutout. Downs is now 3 for 3 with shutouts this season. The Storm kept Carroll's defense busy while showing off their passing skills and forcing 8 corner kicks. The 90-minute battle ended in a 0-0 tie. The Simpson women remain undefeated as they prepare to hit the road this week. The Storm are headed to MSOE on Sunday and Grinnell on Wednesday before returning home to take on Gustavus Adolphus Saturday night. From SCTV, I'm Morgan Rosenbeck.
Well, it feels like it's an honor to be in the presence of a soccer team captain here, Maddie Hayes.
I can't take you seriously. Oh, moving on. Great story, Morgan. Another person that we're going to see a lot of this semester. Very excited.
Another segment, part of sports, is we do recaps of all the other teams this week that are on the road. So let's jump right into that. We've had many away games so far this year, but let's take a look at what happened on the road this past weekend. Volleyball had 3 games this weekend, winning 1 of those 3 against St. Benedict. Men's soccer also took a trip to Lincoln, Nebraska this weekend, where they beat Concordia 1-0 and lost to the number 6 ranked Colorado College team 1-0. Football played their first game of the season this past Saturday and lost 30-13. Women's golf also had a meet this weekend and finished 14th out of 17 teams.
Well, this was fun. Still a learning curve.
Yeah, we have a lot to learn. I mean, I think every week's going to get much better and better. We're going to put a lot more work into it. 3rd week of the school year, we're still learning. So I think it's going to get a lot better.
Shout out to Jay for letting me wear her ISU sweatshirt because my only shirt is, in fact, dirty.
Shout out, Jay. For SCTV, I'm Aaron Wilkins.
And I'm Maddie Hayes.